Hello friends, amazing people of the world, what's up with you? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new on this channel, I talk about health tips, natural remedies, how to heal yourself, prevent diseases and stay healthy, reduce your frequent visit to the hospital. So you're welcome to join my amazing family here. And to you, the returning subscriber, of course, you know that you are the main deal. You are the reason why I wake up every morning and want to make video. Thank you for sticking around on my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Yeah guys, today's video is not an exciting one. I just wanted to, do I say rant? I just wanted to pour out my heart. I just wanted someone to talk to, and I felt like sharing with you guys, my family here on YouTube, is something I should do. I just wanted to talk to someone because lately I've been feeling kind of a bit down, and this has actually affected me so much. But I have been trying to I've really been trying to be strong, and I don't know, my video kind of, I've really been trying to be strong, but it has not been easy with me, so I just wanted to let it out. So you might have seen from the title of the video, yeah, my husband wants me dead. So sometimes in the year 2000 and 2020, my life became really miserable. My life became really I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I have been struggling with my health for some time, for some years now, and then it became worse in the year 2000, and became worse in the year 2002, 2020, when I had hepatitis, and then we didn't know on time. I was having this yellowing of the eyes. My eyes were very yellowish and my tummy was growing, and then a lot of other symptoms. So we're treating yellow fever, thinking it will be yellow fever, until it was discovered that it was liver cirrhosis. And at this point my liver had almost been eaten up by the cirrhosis. And then, to the glory of God, though, I have been struggling with that, and I've been able to overcome the liver cirrhosis. So you can actually check out my videos to see what I did and how I was able to overcome it naturally. So in that year 2020, during the coronavirus lockdown saga and all, when they discovered I had liver cirrhosis, life became miserable for me. It became really tough for me, because considering the fact that I wasn't this kid that was born with a silver spoon, I had to struggle for almost everything I have. I have to take care of myself. Yes, I was married. I am married, and my husband became my backbone. He was this person that I can easily run to and tell things about myself, tell things about my finances. He was the one that was helping me financially, because and at this point I became very broke because I could barely do anything. It made me start staying at home, because you needed to see my tummy. My tummy was grown, was big, so pushing that aside is all around was not an easy thing for me at all. So I had to stay at home. My husband was my backbone. At this point, he was the one that takes care of me financially and everything, provides all my needs, and then was also footing the bills for some of the hospital bills. And that at that point my dad had just died, so it was really tough for my family. And my mom is not that very buoyant, kind of, is not that very buoyant type, so we just had to manage. So my husband had been my backbone. Then until this year, April, if you have been following me, if you see my video I talked about, you guys should pray for me. April this year, I felt terribly sick. And although I've been having the symptoms since October last year, I had one other ailment that is actually stressing my life. I'm going to talk about that soon. So sometime in October, I started having the symptoms that my hair were kind of falling off, and I was wearing it and doing some things that were actually kind of reducing it, until April this year. On the 6th of April, my life took another direction. I felt terribly ill and I was rushed to the hospital. And on getting to the hospital, the results showed that I have cancer. So throughout that month of April, I was hospitalized. From there, the hospital couldn't handle it. They had to refer me to Nigeria Teaching Hospital Enugu for proper checkup. And on that at that hospital, I was referred I was admitted into the cancer department. And you needed to see where I was placed in the hospital. I was placed where people who they had already given up hope on, people that they thought like, I don't think this person might survive. This person survives, glory be to God. This is actually the kind of place that I was placed. And we were about 6 in that very room, and we lost 3 people. Then one of them was discharged, but she was discharged to go home and actually die because there was no hope. Then the other person that was also discharged, in fact, it was a terrible thing. Well, I think about 9, 3 died there. Then the other 3 or 2 was discharged to go home and die. And one of them also had cancer. But to the glory of God, before the woman left the hospital, seeing me improving, and then I gave her some tips on what to do to help her to see if she can improve her condition, because she had about 4 surgeries already in the past 2 years because of cancer. And then when I gave her some of all those tips, because she saw me recovering, and then she became excited and believed me. And then in the next 2 weeks, you needed to see how this woman started to improve. Yeah, I think I left them in the hospital though. I believe that she's getting better right now. So this was the kind of place I was placed. We're only 3 that actually came out well in that hospital, in that very ward. Sorry about that, guys. So at this point, my husband has really done some things. Like, he has actually done a lot trying to help me. He was the one that went with me to the hospital, trying to save me, trying to see that I get better. But then I was noticing some attitudes from him, and he was giving me some cold attitude at some point. And I was like, Oni, what is wrong with you? Then he would tell me, don't worry, nothing, I'm okay, I'm fine. So I just kept on and allowed him to be, because you know there's a way you disturb somebody too much, it looks like you're disturbing too much. So I just allowed him. So in the month of May, as this time around, I spent about 2 months down. Yes, I spent the whole of April and the whole of May in the hospital. So at this point now, I was improving. Then I needed to be discharged. I told them, the doctor was like, okay, we're going to discharge you, but you come back in 3 months time for a surgery. I'll be going back in 3 months time for a surgery actually. So but this time around, I had lost lots of blood because I was actually bleeding. So I had lost lots of blood, and they needed to give me blood so that I can, before they will discharge me. So the doctor was like, we're going to give you 5 pounds of blood before you'll be discharged, because I was very, very anemic at that time. So I had less than 1 week to spend in the hospital. The only thing that was actually holding me in the hospital was to get the blood and then go home. Although I wasn't so strong yet, but after some things I did, they discovered that the cancer was already I didn't have cancer anymore. The next scans showed that I didn't have cancer anymore. So I was very, very excited. But I discovered that in my excitement, my husband wasn't so excited. So I was like, what's going on? But I just pushed everything out. So this on this very fateful day, he told me, babe, I have something I want to discuss with you. And I was like, what is it? And he told me that you see, I'm done with you. I am tired of you. I am tired of your condition. I am tired of you and this sickness. I am tired of everything. That I have been weighing him down since for some years now. He has been struggling and trying to save me. That he is tired at this point and he wants to go home. So I was like, I understand you're tired because of this hospital, because the hospital is not the place to actually stay. Seeing so many things, seeing people die and all those stuff, they were actually traumatizing. I was like, okay, you're tired of the hospital, but don't worry, we'll soon be going home now. The doctor said we'll soon discharge, then I can go home, and little by little I know I will improve better. Then we can come back for the surgery in 3 months time. But I'm already improving. You can see that I'm improving. He told me, see, I am tired. I am tired of you. I am tired of your condition. And I want to go home. In fact, not just that I want to go home. I am tired of this marriage and I'm breaking up with you. Guys, this was the worst word that I have heard in my life. And immediately I heard this word, it actually did break me. And automatically my BP went down. Automatically I sank down. I became something else. And then I will not forget that day. I was trying to explain to him, but I couldn't talk too much though. I was trying to tell him, but I am improving. Can't you see I'm improving? And he was like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. So I felt really, really, really bad. And before you knew it, I was almost convulsing. And at this point, I was lying on the bed, very weak, and then I was stretching up my hands and trying to give him some signs. I tried to tell him, oh babe, please, can you please pray for me? I'm dying. And you needed to see how he just locked up. He was just sitting down there, pressing his phone and then sniffing at me. I was like, who cares? So I felt really, really terrible, and this really got to me. And before you knew it, guys, I said my BP dropped drastically. It really, really dropped drastically. And in fact, then something happened. I was watching him, looking at him behave like that was really, really hurting me. I wasn't expecting such from a man that loves me. This is a man that I can swear, and I'm very, very proud of him. I can swear and tell the world that this man loves me so much. He's doing so much. In fact, I did not expect that from him. So immediately he said that, it actually sank me into a kind of world of depression. I became depressed immediately, and then seeing him sniff at me like, I don't care. He gave me the attitude of, I don't care. If you die, you die. Who cares? I am done and I'm going. So before you knew it, doctors came around, I think in the next morning, to come and check me. At this time, I was cold. And then my BP had gone about 30, 60 or thereabout. It was terrible. And one of the nurses was like, Miss Johnson, what's wrong with you? Your BP is getting so down, And then the next morning, he picked up his bags and then he decided to leave. But before then, doctor had already told him that I'll be needing some pints of blood. So he went and got one more pint of blood. And at that point, they told him that I'll be needing fresh blood. Sorry, guys. But this guy actually got blood that had already been banked. And me, I was weak. I was just lying on the bed. And then immediately he got the blood. He kept it in the cooler there. He told me he's going. And I was crying and trying to explain. Please, don't leave me. Don't leave me in the hospital. Don't leave me in the hospital. He insisted. And before then, I had to beg him to wait for one of my girls to come so that she will stay with me, because he was like, I don't care if anybody stays with you, you can, if you need anything, you can ask anybody in the hospital, probably they will help you until your family comes. And this place, this UNTH, is very, very far away from where my immediate family lives, because my immediate family lives in Delta State while the hospital is at UNTH Enugu. So it was really, really depressing for me. And then they gave one of the doctors, one younger doctor that came, actually fixed in the blood, let's manage, and I started reacting terribly. I was having about, I think my temperature was about 40 degrees and above. So at that point I could barely speak. I was pretty weak, but I could see the nurses and the doctors, they were running helter-skelter to see that they bring me back to life, and they actually did. At the end of it, I was given some injections, and at this point you needed to see I was very lean, so my Botox self is no go. They have to pack the lap to gather the lap and then put some injections in it. So it was a very, very terrible experience actually at UNTH. My husband actually wants me dead, yeah, because telling me that kind of thing at the hospital, in that hospital bed, at that condition, it was really, really I don't know how to really explain it. And this has made me, after everything, even when I was discharged, he left me actually with one of my girls. Sorry in case you're hearing anything, it's the sound of my cat. So he actually left me, and I struggled there for some days before I was discharged. You know, this thing happened before, I think last week of May, and this is the month of August, May, June, July, August, about going to 3 months now. He has not called, he has not come to check on me. Even when I had been discharged and I came back to Delta State, I was thinking he's going to come and see me. I had to even call him, I'm coming back to Delta State, and he was like, you know, sarcastically, are you coming home? Don't worry. Told the family, my family, that he'll be coming to take his bride prize, that he was tired. They tried convincing him, but you know, he was done and done and done. So guys, this is my story, and when I came back home, seeing that he doesn't even care about me anymore, it sank me into a state of depression and made me, at a point in my life, I contemplated suicide, because the pain was just too much. You know, somebody that you have lived your life with for some years, that you kind of believe that this is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and then because life has just kind of thrown some challenges at you, and you're fighting to live, I'm fighting to live, and then this man wakes up saying that I was even improving, and now he's telling me that he's no more interested in me. I became depressed. I became really, really depressed, and I'm sorry guys, I became really, really depressed. There are points that I felt like life was miserable, because I felt he was the backbone of my life. But then I thank God for God, the way he does his thing. At this point, my sister and my mom had actually been very, very helpful, and God has really, really using them. And currently I'm actually in my sister's place, and she has been doing her best to see. So I just decided to put it up and share my story to the world. Sometimes whenever I think about it, it kind of throws me off balance and kind of makes me sick. So recently I've actually done a lot of positive mindsets changing and shifting to kind of forget about him, but you know, it's not been easy. Somebody you've spent a lot of your years, about 7 years of your life with, 7 years of marriage, 1 year of friendship, that's about 8 years of my life that I have spent with this man. And then he woke up one morning just to tell me he's done with me. Not that he just break up with me, he broke up with me at the hospital, on a hospital bed. I just wanted to tell you that It doesn't matter who left in your days of struggles. Yeah, it doesn't matter who left. It doesn't matter who gave up on you. The most important thing is, are you gonna give up on yourself? Because this is a question I was asking myself in the hospital when I was almost dying and he was sniffing at me. I started asking myself, if he has given up on me, will I give up on myself? Because I knew that immediately I give up on myself, then it's gonna be over. He actually wanted me to give up. He actually wanted me to say, I want to die or just die. Because it was a tough stage. It was the toughest stage of my life, guys. But I don't even know how God has been faithful and has drawn me that now I am cancer free and I feel a whole lot better about myself. I have energy now. I can talk. Before I couldn't even talk. My hair was falling off. I was bony. I was just bones, skeletons. I think he was thinking that immediately he broke the news to me, I'm actually going to die beside my family member. Nobody is there, so he's actually going to tell them, sorry, she's dead. And then everybody is actually going to praise him for trying to be there for me, not knowing that he's been pretending this while. So guys, this is my story. I just decided to document it because the past days had actually been tough on me, because I was just think some things would just make me want to think about it, and I decided I should just share it and tell someone. You may not be going through what I have gone through or what I'm going through. You may be going through something else, but the take home of this video is, no matter who has left, no matter who has given up on you, don't give up on yourself. I have said these words before. I didn't know this word was going to be for me someday, and I am telling you again, no matter what, no matter who, don't give up on yourself. No matter the doctor's report, don't let it affect you mentally, because when it starts affecting you mentally, that is when you start dying. When I started seeing the reports of the doctors and how they keep saying it's impossible, it started affecting me mentally and was almost draining my strength. But when I started looking away from them, when I started looking at what my husband did, and at the point I started laughing. That was in the next morning, when after they tried to wake me up from the reaction of the blood, I just busted out and started laughing. There was nothing around me that was giving me joy, but I had to force myself and started laughing. With time, I started improving. So it's been 3 months plus now, and my husband broke up with me, and it's been 3 months plus now that I left the hospital. And guys, you won't believe, I am improving. Look at my jaws coming out gradually. Yeah, it was just this bone was showing at a point. There was no flesh here. This place was all bones. Everything became bones. If dry bone, God can make my dry bones to come back to life. What is that situation that you think is right? Just don't give up on yourself. Just don't give up on yourself. Just don't give up on yourself. So guys, I decided to share this with you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to this point, you are super amazing and I love you. Thank you so much for watching. This is my story and I hope it helps someone. Don't put your full trust or your hope on man. Instead, put your trust on God. Men will fail you. When I say men, it includes both humans. Humans will fail you, especially when you need them the most. Don't be too quick to say, this is my best friend, this is my besties, this is my besties. Allow life introduce them to you. Because when life starts introducing those people, you will be surprised that this person you think is going to go with you to the end might just abandon you in the middle of the ocean. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please, if you're new here, you can subscribe and stick around the channel and also support me here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys. Signing out.